in this first lecture, what we're going to be discussing is the most basic unit of geometry, and then get into one that's a little more, we're going to spend a lot more time dealing with, and it's a little more practical, I guess, as practical as these things can be. But the most basic unit of geometry is what you're looking at right there, just under the word building, is a point. And by definition, a point in geometry is a representation of a location on a plane or in space. It's just, imagine if you had the area just beyond the tip of your pencil. That's a point. And it has no size. It's only location. So all of these things here are kind of theoretical. We don't really, we couldn't actually make all these things that we're going to be studying, but we're going to be, we have pretty good representations of them here in the real world. Right? And when we're talking about naming a point, it's really as simple as saying, okay, well, we're going to name it. This would be point A, right? And we might have a point over here. That's point B. So we name it with a single capital letter and a dot. And there's really not a ton of need to name points as much as there is to name the next thing that we're going to be dealing with, which is when we deal with more than one point, we deal with an infinite number of points, all arranged in a straight arrangement that extends forever and ever, and we're going to call that a line, right? An infinitely straight arrangement of points. It has no length because it goes on forever and ever and ever. And it's named using two and only 2 points on the line with a line over the top of them, right? So, and any points that are on the same line are called collinear. So those are the big ideas when it comes to lines. But if we were to take this line here on the screen, and we've got 3 named points. There's an infinite number of points, but we've got 3 of them that have names on them. And so you might name this line AB with a line with arrows over the top of them, or BC, or AC. With the symbol over the top is really important. That indicates what we're talking about here, and that's how you're going to communicate that you know what you're talking about. When you are naming something symbolically, you have to have the right symbols over the top. So 2 capital letters with the line with arrows over the top of it. Now, if you switch the order, these are 3 distinct names. These are 3 different names for the same line. Right, 3 different ways to name the same line. If you switch the order, it's really the same. It's no different than naming, A, B, and BA are the same thing. So if you name it 3 different ways, use 3 different pairs, but always put that symbol over the top, because that's how you're communicating that it's a line and it has an infinite length and all those properties of a line. Okay, so we've covered a point. And we've covered a straight arrangement of points, otherwise known as a line. How we name them, how we label them, is really important when in effectively communicating your understanding. Right? That's all for this lecture. Let me know if you have any questions. Hope this helped.